Hello, my name is Apollo. I'll be talking about the scientific practitioner model blends. This research is in clinical practice, and the professionalism with research skills offer more effective services that research is vital for scientific foundation. This model also suggests the research involves in clinical practices and can be conducted in studies on scientific social issues. A primary goal was to integrate research and training into practitioner application for future psychologists. The scientific practitioner model blends aims to train psychologists who can apply psychological knowledge and contribution to the fields throughout research. It aims to bridge the gap between scientific foundation and professionalism and practice. Critical thinking is a major goal. The model blend involves three key roles for psychological research: applied science and critical. Scientists who use critical research or current research in guiding their work. They also evaluate programs and treatment to see if they are effective for clinical and the field. The ability to read and understand and stay current with the application research is permitted to a successful scientist. Appreciation of psychologists have duty to pursue ideas differing from the science. What is scientific practitioner model, and why was it developed? This model trains psychologists to both research and clinics. This means they learn to use scientific methods to guide their therapy work and also conduct research to improve the field. What is the goal of scientific practitioner model? The goal of the scientific practitioner model to produce psychologists who are equally competent in scientific inquiries and professional practices. Outline how a practitioner would demonstrate they are adopted at various roles of the scientific practitioner model. A practitioner demonstrates they are adopted the roles of scientific practitioner model by using evidence-based methods, engaging in research or outcomes evaluation, applying critical thinking, reflecting on their clinical work and activity, connecting scientific knowledge with practitioner application. What should happen as a result of using scientific persuasion model to guide your practice? Using the scientific practitioner model should be helped psychologists give better care, keep improving their skills, and adding to what they know about psychology. Okay, now we're in step 3. What are evidence using applying your BHS knowledge in the future? I hope to be using my BHS knowledge by supporting mental health in community settings, giving people access to effective care and resources. What is a specific population you're interested in working with? Honestly, I'm interested in working with young teens to not young teens, teens to young adults is what I mean. I've met so many people who've had issues in real issues and felt like they aren't able to talk or felt like that their feelings were not valid. So they put them more bottled up, and that creates a lot of issues in the further future, which honestly hurts me as just a person who is their age, who is a young adult, who's seen other people who are my age, even younger and older, who still face these issues. And I think that is something that I want to help with. What type of setting are you interested in working with? Honestly, I really, like I said, I want to work in a very therapeutic, therapy, something regarding of just helping and listening and being an ear to people who need it. I think that is a very important thing that I feel like there's not enough of, and I want to help with that because I think that that's just the best thing you can do for I don't know, personally, that's just how I feel, and I think that is just the most important thing that I want to do to let people let their air out, you know? How can you use scientific model in your future work? Staying informed about the latest research. So I can use SP in my future work by staying up to date with the latest research and treatment for the population that I decide to work on. What scientific activity with SP model are you most interested in learning or carrying out? I'm most interested in actively applying I'm very excited to try this out in like a work setting and just seeing how it is to really test the data that it was like put upon. I think that's a very interesting thing. That's something that I'm really interested in trying out. Something that I'm not interested in that I think is like I don't want, not that I don't want to, but something that I just feel like is the least interesting to me is having to take on that responsibility of finding my own data, because I feel like there's so much data out there already that I feel like me thinking that I have an original idea is going to be very different and very, I would think that there will be like an original idea, but I feel like so many people have came up with similar things that I feel like me finding my own will be a very difficult thing to do, which is why I think that's the least interesting thing for me. It's because I'll get very excited and get disappointed. But at the same time, then I get to carry out that research too. So I don't know. I think that all research is interesting and fascinating.